Hello, this is Brett from SurvivalComms. On the bench today we have two different configuration 4-to-1 current balance. The cores used are identical FT114A Mix 43 examples. The wire used is 20 gauge Teflon jacketed silver plated solid copper wire. The difference is in the core configuration. Transformer 1 on the left is a single core configuration with 11 bifilar clockwise turns on one side and 11 counterclockwise bifilar turns on the right. Interconnections are shown here. Now this is a very simple transformer to make, and material expense is $5 per unit using the wire selected and a quality core. Transformer 2 on the right is a 2-core variant, 1 core wound with 10 bifilar turns clockwise, and the second core with 10 bifilar turns wound counterclockwise. Interconnections are shown here, and material expense is $8 per unit. So why am I comparing these two transformers to one another? It'd be pretty clear that this would be a much simpler transformer to manufacture and cost less money, and perhaps that's the reason why it's selected more often than this variant. Both examples are almost identical in an open, short, and load test, as shown here. The transformers, when loaded, are transforming, and in conditions of open and short, they are both off the chart, which is exactly what we want to see. In simple back-to-back insertion loss testing with doppelgangers of themselves, they are almost identical as well. Remember, we are measuring loss across two devices, so we have the results, so half a dB would be a quarter dB in a single device, etc. Let's go through these measurements. We're going to start with our single core variant. At 40 meters, we're looking at 9/100ths of a dB. 20 meters, we're looking at just over 1/10 of a dB. At 20 megahertz, we're looking at 0.15 dB. 10 meters, we're looking at just under 0.2 of a dB. Now moving on to our dual core variant. 40 meters, we're exactly the same, like 9/100ths of a dB. At 20 meters, we're looking at 0.12 or just over 1/10 of a dB. At 20 megahertz, we're looking at 0.16 dB. And at 10 meters, we're looking at 0.2 of a dB. Very good. The answer is balance, and we're going to demonstrate that for you, and this will enable you to test your own existing equipment objectively. Just because you bought it manufactured is not a guarantee of performance. I would like to note that much of this information I gleaned from Tom, W8JI, and his work and links to his channel and website are in the video description, and I encourage you to check those out. The purpose of the current Balun is to balance as well as transform, and we measure that with an oscilloscope. Our transformer is configured in a state of load. We use a carrier signal generator on the 50 ohm primary side. On the 200 ohm secondary side, we connect our channel 1 and channel 2 probes. Probe grounds are connected to a short piece of braid that ties to the oscilloscope ground, signal generator ground, and the junction of our 200 ohm resistors as shown. So here are results at 15 megahertz, which is in the middle of the HF range, and we start with our single core variant. We're looking at phase and amplitude. The desirable window is less than 15 degrees deviation in phase and less than a dB of deviation in amplitude. So with our single core variant, we are looking at a 14 degree phase deviation and 0.8 of a dB of amplitude deviation. The single core gets a pass without much wiggle room. Now here is our dual core variant, and we can see a much more balanced device. The phase deviation is 1.1 degrees and the amplitude deviation is under 0.3 of a dB. So what difference does this make in our terminal performance? Well, common mode rejection is very important, and most 4-to-1 Baluns are considered to have poor common mode rejection, and we're going to look at that in just a moment. So if you don't have an oscilloscope, you can do this kind of testing yourself just with your antenna analyzer. You're just going to set up a simple 3-port test. You have your antenna analyzer connected, or you can use an NOVNA. and I'm just using a jumper here, and I've got one end grounded, and this is going to be our probe, and we have it connected to our transformer, and you can see the results here. Now, as I move the probe around to the 3 different positions, we'll go to the top here, and it shouldn't change much at all. Change just a slight bit. Now we'll go to this leg here, and we see very little change, and that is good. You don't want to see a lot of variation. Now let's go down here. And again, we're not seeing a whole heck of a lot of change. And that is exactly what you want to see. Now let's go and show you something you don't want to see. So now we're going to repeat the test with this single core device. And we'll start here again in the middle. And you see we have a little bit of a change, not too bad. Move it over here, you can see we've got quite a bit of change on that leg. And now let's get one on here. And you can see there's not a whole heck of a lot of change, but that difference between this port and this port shows us that the transformer is not balanced. So what does this mean for us? Well, let's look at it through the lens of common mode attenuation in this device comparison. This is our single core variant, and we are down 4.3 dB at 20 meters. Next is our commercial Palomar Cube Balun, and we are down 6.5 dB at 20 meters. Now, with the dual core variant, we are down 25.6 dB at 20 meters. It is pretty evident that balance matters. So common practice is to address imbalance by masking it, by incorporating a choke in the design. Not that there's anything wrong with using a choke at all, but now you're basically building a dual core device, and the imbalance still exists in the transformer. In my opinion, that's like correcting an antenna problem with an auto tuner rather than addressing the problem. The small feed lines that I construct have integrated chokes, and you can use them on multiple antennas, and I have content created to tell you how you can do that yourself for very little money. Now, I have 2 transformer variants here. One is a dual core, and one is a single core with an integrated choke that I plan on putting in future content and placing these 2 against each other to see if I'm just splitting hairs or if there's actually a difference that you can see in terminal performance. And I hope this helps. This is Brett from SurvivalComms. Until next time.